Hello and thanks for joining me in this short video. My name is Niall. I'm an architect and passive house designer with Sunpath Design in Melbourne. I've been practicing about 16 or 17 years and we've evolved our processes a long way in that time. So originally when we started working, we would do hand-drawn sketches, which we still do at the early stage of projects and to convey sort of a detail. But we very much moved into the realm of advanced 3D modeling technology. So originally, as architects, we would have drawn in two-dimensional line-based formats like AutoCAD. Now they're very rigid, they're very good for sort of engineering and that kind of practical, technical stuff, but they really don't convey the emotion or the experience. So we're thinking in 3 dimensions, but we're trying to produce drawings and documentation in a language of 2 dimensions. That's something that we can then give to a builder or a tradesperson and the client. And it forms a very particular abstracted language that's used for contract and construction purposes. What it doesn't tell you is what that's like to be in. Now, some people are lucky and they've experience of reading plans and they can interpret those and convert those into a 3-dimensional imaginary space. But a lot of people don't have that talent and they get a set of drawings and they really can't tell what's that like? What's it going to be like when I'm standing or sitting in that room? Where are people going to sit? Where are the views going to be? Where's the sunlight coming from? And that's where we've adopted this very high technology 3-dimensional modeling. So I'll just take you through that briefly and show you what that looks like. So you can see here for a project like this, we've moved past the initial concept design stage and we've got a set of floor plans. They're cuts through the building as if you cut the top off a slice of cake and you're looking down into it as if you're looking into a doll's house. So that shows you a layout and it shows you the sort of functional, practical flows and things like that, how you move from place to place. It doesn't really show you what that's like to be in. So you can see we've got external elevations here and they're good. They have their purpose. They're useful for town planning. They're useful for construction. But they're not really useful to you if you want to see what's it like, you know, what's it like to be in that garden looking back at that, or what's it like to approach that house from the front. So that's where the 3-dimensional model comes in. It gives us these technical things like the sun path, which is really important in our projects. We're building passive houses. We have to know where the sun rises and sets, where the sun will fall on windows. We want to control our glazing, make sure we're not over glazed and we're not overheating. And we want to make sure in winter time that we're capturing the sunlight that we need to run our projects as passive houses. So you can see we've got this 3-dimensional model, but that actually does a whole lot more than just give you these 3D static images. So we've just moved from the static PDF presentation that we had at this design development stage. And at that point, we've already built a 3-dimensional model and we're adding a lot of technical and regulatory information. So these drawings are really valuable and they have a very important purpose, but what they don't do is give you that experiential quality of what it's like to be in that place. So that's where we move from this 2-dimensional language into a fully immersive 3-dimensional program. Now in here you can see we're able to track through the nighttime and see where the sunrise will come and how it will hit this building and how it will penetrate into those spaces. So we share this information as a 3D model with the clients. It's fully interactive. You can take it home and you can open it on a Windows-based computer. And just as we're doing here, you can move around it. You can test things with this collaboratively, like materials, colors. You can test out the furniture and joinery, things like that. And you can see how the sun and the views will be experienced in that place at different times of the day, at different times of year. So it's a really powerful tool and it really helps people to visualize what their home will be like and how they'll use it. It helps us to get a more informed decision from clients. It means that when you're in the building as it's being built, you're not finding as many surprises or things you didn't realize. You've actually seen so much of this in advance. So we believe it's a really helpful tool that we can offer people to help them in the design process. Of course, it's a little bit more laborious and time consuming to build up a very advanced and technical building model like this, but it really gives a better outcome to the design process. So I hope you've enjoyed just that brief glimpse into our three-dimensional modeling and presentation methods. Some people we've worked with have actually taken the opportunity to occupy this in a virtual reality environment using a headset. So that actually means it's a fully immersive 3D model that you can move around as well. So it's great technology. We really enjoy it. It really helps us as architects, and we really believe it helps our clients as well. So thanks for joining us, and check out more of our videos.